Hey Cancer, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we take what works and we leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your wavelength here, go check your other major placements. Major placements are Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And we're going to start off with the Botanical Inspirations deck, which is new to me. And then we'll go do a tarot reading. So we're going to see what kind of energies are present here. This Botanical Inspirations deck is inspired by the Victorian idea that every flower has a different meaning. And so we're just kind of looking at some of the energies present. I don't know, I'm experimenting here. I miss my Oracle Mystical Moments deck, but I really don't want to get sick of it. So we're experimenting with this one, and sometimes they come up with something that's relevant to the whole reading and really explains something else in the reading, and sometimes they're just kind of their own little thing. So, Botanical Inspirations, what do we have for Cancers this week? Anything? What do you got? Just waiting for the perfect card is what they're trying to do here. Give it an opportunity to come out. Anything? Anything? Okay, well, I guess I'll have to pick one. This is, oh, here we go. We got 3. All right, you have Lilac. First emotions of love. Love is the magician that pulls man out of his own hat. Ben Hecht. So you might be having a new beginning. I'm not necessarily going to say you're going to have... you're going to fall in love this week, but you might find something that's a kindred spirit. You might connect with a job, a hobby, a topic, or a person that's a very kindred spirit. And you might have that moment of recognition of like, oh, yes, this is part of my life. This is part of, I want to say my soul contract when I came here, that moment of recognition when you're like, oh, yes. This is it. So you're gonna really love something this week. And then we have Snapdragon, graciousness and benevolence. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Oh, graciousness and benevolence. I love snapdragons. They're very fun to like pinch and make their mouths go like that. And then you get White Rose. New start and wisdom. Wow, 2 new starts here. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom, Aristotle. This is true. This is very true. Being in touch with who you are. I mean, you got to be in touch with who you are in order to pay attention to those little first niggles of recognition and finding something that's meant for you. That's beautiful. First emotions of love and new start and wisdom. Graciousness and benevolence. All right, some topics for you. Okay, that came out. The Star card, we're going to take this as sort of an oracle card here, the way it popped out. So this is being in the flow. Yes. That, like what I was talking about with the Lilac card, that first emotions of love. This Star card is sort of, being that first emotions of love card being about sort of your soul contract and what you're here to do. And the Star card is a lot about, yes, you are in the flow. Yes, you're exactly where you need to be. She's a bit of our cheerleader. There's some sort of public recognition here. And she's also letting you know that you are on the right path. This can be wish fulfillment, manifestation, but I really like to, because her feet are in this little stream here, and she's got these pictures here, there's just so much about flow and being in the flow and being exactly where you need to be. And that's how I feel about Star cards. That's their message that I see is you're exactly where you need to be. You're in the flow. This is happening the way it was meant to happen. All right, Cancer. This is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. All right. Well, So we're moving on to the tarot spread, and I'm using a new deck to me. I connected with it immediately. It's called the Golden Tarot. I want to call it the Gilded Tarot, but it's the Golden Tarot. The sides are all shiny gold, and it's put together with collages of Renaissance and medieval art. So probably going to see a lot of religious imagery in these cards here, and I just am having a lot of fun with them right now. Some of them are still a little confusing, like I know what that card's supposed to mean, but why I'm not seeing that in this. And every deck has a couple of cards like that to me, where it's like, well, I think it means this. This is how I learned that it means, and this picture does not represent that to me, so that's always a fun little journey. So we'll see what we uncover as we go here. In your recent past, you have this King of Wands energy. So King of Wands is very in touch with his intuition. He's very much thinking. The King energy is about having self-control, having power, and looking out for everybody. So looking out for the whole kingdom, the good of the kingdom. He has a broad vision, a far-reaching vision, big vision. The queens tend to have, and this has nothing to do with gender stereotypes or anything. It's just how this all shakes out. The queens tend to have more of a focus of what's theirs, what's in any of the suits. They're more inwardly focused, and the kings are more outwardly focused on the world. So there might have been like some sort of idea, maybe some leadership in an idea. This could be an actual person because it is a court card in your past. Someone probably a little older. There's a level of maturity here, and all of the kings, we're going to see a level of maturity unless they come in reversed. There's passion, there's excitement, there's sort of a vision, an idea. The King of Wands can be very visionary, very excited. He's got the big plan, he's got the big idea. He's coming in with sort of an idea that's going to help everybody. There's a sense of renewal, almost the Phoenix vibe of a little bit of magic here too, a little bit of excited. Well, I'm seeing the salamander, which is sort of was considered a little bit of a magical creature because they could appear to be dead and frozen in winter and then come back to life. So the salamander always represents some sort of magical kind of thing going on here. So this King of Wands, I'm not 100% familiar with this look on his face. He looks constipated, honestly, but that's medieval artwork for you. I don't know if that's medieval. That looks more Renaissance, but whatever. Anyway, I'm not an expert in that field. I am not an art historian, and I don't think you came here for my lack of art history expertise. So anyway, yeah, he's got this vision. He's got a wand in his hand. He's got a vision. He could be well-traveled. He could be charismatic, a visionary, seeing beyond what's just here, seeing beyond what is to all the possibilities. So this could be an energy that you were embodying, or someone in your recent past that's brought that energy to you or brought that understanding to you. In your current situation, you have Six of Swords here. So Six of Swords is one of my favorite cards. It's leaving a painful place for the unknown. You'd rather risk the unknown. At this point, the devil you don't know is better than the one that you do. You're tired of the devil you do know, and you'd like to move on and move away from something that's been painful and difficult. You're probably a bit wounded. I like this one. We've got sort of somebody helping you. You could be helping somebody else. You could be any of these, either of these two people. You could be helping other people to move forward, move out of a painful place, or you could be the one that's getting this assistance, this fairy captain here, helping you change something in your life. This could be physically moving from someplace from someplace that's no longer. There is a sense that you're leaving someplace that doesn't work for you anymore. So and I do often get like a physical vibe from this, even though it's more about ideas. It could be a concept that's just like, oftentimes we have these self-limiting beliefs. And so it could be, because this is swords, this could be leaving a self-limiting, a place where it's just too painful to stay in this self-limiting belief or this self-limiting behavior or something like that, or fearful. You just don't want to live in fear anymore. You want to move forward. You want to move on with your life, and you want to recover from this. You could be leaving a verbally abusive situation or ending a verbally abusive friendship or something like that. Because of the swords are again, communication. They're communication and ideas. So it looks like, life's going on as usual for everybody around you. You're just having this pretty major shift away from something that doesn't work for you anymore. It's not a death card. It's a Six of Swords. Although Six of Swords can come in pretty big sometimes. It could just be like, this isn't working for me. And it could be this guy, because he looks a little constipated. It could be like you're just done with that guy who appears to be, indomitable. With the salamander here, the indomitable, it's just, what do you do with the King of Wands if they're not, you just leave, right? Like, there are some people where there's just no discussion with them. You just check out. That's all. So you could be checking out of a situation here, of away from a person or something like that. Or this could be you seeing that something better is out there, having this vision, seeing the better thing, and then taking action. This is Six of Swords is, to me, quite an action-oriented card, where you're not just thinking about it, you're really making decisions in the real world and saying what you think, and moving away from a place that just doesn't work for you anymore. And you're the only one here in this picture doing it. Everyone else is like business as usual. So it's not like some big society-wide thing where we're all moving this direction. It's a personal thing. You're like, I'm personally over this, and I'm moving away, because it does appear that she's moving away from the King of Wands here. So there could be something about that King of Wands that hasn't been healthy for you. And then we have what's on your mind is justice, is thinking about what's fair, wanting some sort of justice to come in, especially if this King of Wands has been unfair or unjust, which is why you'd be leaving. So you're leaving something, but you might be hoping that you're doing the right thing. You might be hoping that whatever you're leaving gets fixed somehow. That situation gets its comeuppance, the karma comes in, whatever. You may be just having this, I don't really think of karma, I'm using karma colloquially, not how I understand it in that sentence there. So you might be just, wanting someone to get what's coming to them. You've seen some unfairness. You're very worried about it. I think you might be worried about your own behavior being appropriate, being okay. It is okay to leave any situation that's not working for you. You could be, you've got justice on your mind. You could be thinking about how unfair the situation is, and hoping for justice, but you're definitely thinking about how unfair a situation has been, how unjust it's been. Maybe thinking about how it always seems like bad behavior never gets their comeuppance, There's a lot of scriptures from a variety of belief systems that talk about, like, don't worry about it, they are going to get their comeuppance. And then we invented hell to do that. But a lot of times from the outside, we just don't see it happening. We just don't see the people that are behaving badly, and not just accidentally, but on purpose. We don't see them dying. We don't see them, like, having horrible lives. We often see them rich and successful, and we know that they're not getting what we think of as the rewards of good behavior, or the rewards of life, even though they're behaving very badly. So you could be thinking about, where is the justice here, wanting that to come in. If you've behaved badly, which the Six of Swords doesn't seem to indicate, but if you've behaved badly, you might be worried about some justice coming in. Are they going to find out about that? Oh my gosh, I hope not. So that's what's on your mind. What's at issue here is this Four of Cups. So in the upper right, you're refusing an offer that's coming in, or somebody's refusing an offer that's coming in here. They've already got too much on their plate. They've already been down this path. I see this one as a repeated pattern of behavior of this this being keeps offering you these cups. Oh, this one's really delicious. You're really going to love this. And you never do. Because these are all full in this picture. You never do. You're like, I actually didn't like that. Like, okay, I really want to talk. I want to have a heart to heart with you. And then you're just being manipulated and told you're crazy or whatever, you know? So, and then, okay, no, this time I'm really going to listen to everything you have to say. No, this time I'm really going to communicate. And then this would be like an offer coming in, just like, no, I already, Lucy, you already, for my entire life, you've been offering to me, Charlie Brown, that I get to kick this football finally, and I never do. So this would be, in this deck, I really read this as breaking that cycle. So I don't think you're breaking the cycle. I think you're stuck in this cycle still. And that's a little bit of what's at issue. But I see in the Six of Swords, you moving forward. But in this Four of Cups, I see that the problem is being stuck in a cycle, being stuck, accepting offers. This could be just too much on your plate. You keep not saying no. You need to learn how to say no here. Like, I don't know. Some people see this card, I guess in different readings, I'll see it differently. But I just feel like the way I'm seeing it in the reverse right here is that you just keep saying yes. You might have way too much on your plate. You've had way too much to drink, possibly. Overindulgence, an inability to say no to somebody, repeating a pattern over and over and over again. And I guess I'm seeing that because in your environment, oh my gosh, yes. We have the Devil, and we have the Devil sitting right underneath this King of Wands. So I guess that's really kind of informing sort of my growing interpretation of the King of Wands in this position. Look, we've got flames here. These aren't, with the Devil down here, this is like pour over from hell. And these flames aren't like, aren't inspiration in this card. They're from the Devil. So they're from hell. These flames, this is just your environment. You may just feel like you're in hell here. Like, this is the worst. This is horrible. There's a lot of pain surrounding you, a lot of suffering around you, and you might feel trapped, like you can't get out of it. The Devil is usually like addiction issues, so this could support not being able to stop drinking or stop imbibing something, not being able to stop those cycles. The Devil can be addiction. It can be anything that controls us and prevents us from following our instincts, following our spirit, following what we know to be right. So anything that separates us from God, from spirit, and from that connection falls under this Devil category. So you could be having this Devil in your environment that's that's causing a problem for you. No wonder you want justice to come in here. No wonder you're on the Six of Swords, moving away, wanting to move away from this energy. You might be wanting to end an addiction or wanting to end some sort of addictive mentality or a routine or something that you're trapped in that has you trapped. This Devil has you a little bit trapped here. Okay, so then we have, and then suddenly your to-do list here is the Fool card, taking a risk. Following, so in this deck, she is following the beat of her own drum. She's got following the beat of her own drum, and it's called her forward off to sort of this a little bit treacherous cliffside. We've got her little enthusiastic and loyal dog coming with her, her loyal companion with her, but she's following the beat of her own drum here, and She's so the Fool card is stepping out, doing your own thing, taking a risk, moving forward with what you know to be true. This devil would be trying to interfere with that, with you knowing what you know to be true, you knowing what you need to do, you following your intuition, you being able to hear your intuition, because addictions can just interfere with even being able to hear our own selves, our own higher selves talking to us, our own inner guidance system. So this Fool here, she's out. She's not just discovering her inner guidance system, she's following it. She's taking steps. So if you've been fantasizing about this is like sitting right underneath it. Yes, take the steps. This is moving forward in a little bit of a risky way. The Fool card is. This is moving forward in a little bit of a risky way, but you're leaving something. You're leaving this devil behind. You're leaving this unfairness, this pattern you've gotten trapped in. You're leaving it behind, and you're stepping out for something new. So it's not just, the Fool isn't even thinking about what he's leaving. He's behind. He's fully focused on the future, on what he sees, she sees, on her vision, on what the future holds, and wanting that, and seeing something that nobody else is seeing it for her, that it's an opportunity. And so with this Fool card, we have first emotions of love, new start, and wisdom. This is all the same reiteration here of what this is: new start and wisdom. You're following your own wisdom, you're following your own path. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. And this is exactly what this whole card here is. I'm very excited about it. It's a very cool card in this whole shit reading. So she knows, this Fool knows herself, knows what's calling to her, knows what her intuition is telling her to do, knows her value, knows her worth, listening to the beat of her own drum, not listening to what the devil's saying, not listening to, or this devil energy. You get what I'm saying here. We're not going down that path. And her own wisdom, and knows who she is, and is taking those first steps onto a new path and a new journey, focusing on the new thing. Letting that old thing go behind. We don't take that with us. We focus. The only thing we take with us is our little baby, anything, our precious selves, and maybe our children. Definitely our children. You can't, if you're leaving somebody, you have to take your children with you. Otherwise it ends up to be a legal problem. And then, so we go from step 0, which is the Fool looking towards the future. And then where we're going, a possible outcome here, we have the Magician. We have you being able to manifest things, you being able to talk to the animals, you being able to bring forward your dreams and your ideas. This is gonna release you from a lot of something that's really holding you back here. This Devil card is preventing you from your magician, from your magic. And then you'll be coming into your own, once you take these steps, because the Fool is another action card, just like the Six of Swords card. We have 2 action cards stacked here of moving forward towards the future, away from something painful. This really is going to open up your magician, your ability to make things happen in your life, leaving behind this devil energy, leaving behind this this addiction or this pattern that's been very unfair for you, isn't working for you. You're going to be able to go into this magician mode where a lot of things are going to be able to come in for you that are being held off by this energy that surrounds you. So, all right, Cancer, that was very exciting. I got really into that reading. I just love these cards. Let me know what you think of the new cards. Well, actually, if you don't like them, you can just shove it. If you like them, you can let me know. Anyway, thank you so much for your likes, subscribes, and comments. I really appreciate them. And I hope you have a great week, Cancer. It looks like you might.